This is me, and I'm about to experience the most challenging 72 hours of my entire life. So I ordered this thing that's going to take the edge off. Last night, I got an email from my master's supervisor telling me to submit my master's thesis by Monday. Except, I don't have a master's thesis yet. Most people don't know what it took to even get to the point where I could write this. First, I left home and moved to another continent by myself at 15. Then I got degrees in neuroscience, statistics, and data analytics. Taught myself how to code multiple languages, read over 200 research papers, ran over 100 hours of data analyses, received thousands of dollars in funding, and finally, the time has come. So I have 72 hours to write 90 pages about how I managed to decode the human brain. Or did I? I guess we'll find out. The outline. I should open that package. A good writer needs her tools. Now this is what I'm talking about. Now I can write my methods and results. There's something I haven't told you, and that's the fact that all of my methods and results have failed. So in this section, I must announce to the world how my hypothesis was wrong.
You stupid, how the failed.
Failed.
Oh
God,
my
embarrassing,
God,
so
embarrassing.
disappointment.
I failed. How the fuck so nice.
But you know what they say? It is what it is. There's one last thing. One final move I haven't done yet. But to do it, I'd have to tear it all down. Start every single analysis from the very beginning. But again, what else do I have left to lose? Okay, I think now would be a good time to explain what the fuck my thesis is actually about. Essentially, I'm taking brain scans of people, thousands of people, to predict whether this person has PTSD or not, using both very old, well-established methods and very novel, advanced AI and technologies like transformers. And lastly, I have this one model that is based on one of Donald Hebb's postulates called phase sequences, which I actually made a video about, so go check it out. I'll link in the description box somewhere. Donald Hebb's theory has been validated using neuron recordings, like individual neuron activities in mice, but it has never been used with whole brain scans, where we have much lower time resolution as well as spatial resolution. So that is one method I am bringing that is kind of my original hypothesis that I'm really passionate about. However, unfortunately, all of my methods fucking failed, okay? Like, they cannot predict PTSD. And that was kind of expected because in the literature also there's an issue like the biomarker problem in psychiatry, mainly due to diagnostic heterogeneity, as well as an issue in dimensional psychiatry. So this was expected. However, I had to find out whether it was because of the PTSD or because my models were actually shit. Very commonly used method as a control is predicting sex, that is female or male, based on people's brain scans. So last night I redid every single one of my analyses and predicted sex instead of PTSD. And guess fucking what? Not only I proved that all of my models are working, but they are also outperforming the most well-established methods we've been using for the past 30 years. But what really got me really excited is regarding the Hebbian phase sequences and my original hypothesis. So some background. First of all, this method has never been applied to functional whole brain MRI. Let me give you an example. So imagine neuron recordings as little ants on the ground. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of ants walking. And when you look at it very closely, you can see their patterns, their dynamics, how they move together. But now, imagine you are at the top of a skyscraper and staring down at these hundreds of thousands of ants. And obviously, you won't be able to see as much. That is the patterns, the dynamics, how they move, so on. So this would be a brain MRI, where we have much lower resolution. But brain follows fractality, which means there is scale invariance. You must have seen fractal videos before on the internet. No matter how much you zoom in or zoom out, the patterns are always very similar. Hence, it's called scale invariance. It doesn't vary by scale. So my argument was that because there is fractality in the brain, even if you were at the top of the skyscraper, the shape or the dynamics of the whole colony from the very top would be extremely similar, if not identical, to those dynamics from the ground, from very close up. But then, every time I mentioned this method to researchers that have been doing this for years and years, every single one was very unsure about it. Most of them said, yeah, that's not gonna work. Others were like, you could give it a try, but I doubt it would work. And it fucking worked. I am the first one who has ever done this in the entire fucking world. I mean, it has been suggested by Donald Hebb, but no one really followed this through with functional MRI. And no one knows this right now. In the entire world right now at this very moment, I am the only person who knows that this method works. So if you take anything from this video, let it be that. If you truly believe in something, if you have a calling to do something, stop asking other people's opinion. Just fucking do it. And do it properly. Introduction and discussion. Anyway, if you're curious about this method and want to hear more about it, leave a comment down below saying Donald Hebb, and I will send you the paper once it is peer-reviewed and published. I'm really excited.